Alright, so welcome everyone. We're going to do something we haven't done in a while. We're going to do a little hobby update, and I'm going to show off some of the stuff I've been working on. Some of the things I painted, some of the things that I am working on getting to paint, and a few other things. So part of the reason we're doing this is because I haven't been able to stream lately, due to the fact that my computer is a piece of crap and tries to fall apart every time I try to stream. So I haven't been able to stream. The past couple times I've tried, my computer is completely locked up, and it just makes it so I can't stream. So we're going to take a look at a few things. We'll start with a few things that I have painted, rather than half painted. So let's take a look here. If you follow my Instagram, you've probably seen these, but if you don't, then this will be new for you. So Spencer and I have been getting big into Batman, and so that's what I've been working on mostly. We'll zoom in here so you can see him a little better. So this is my Green Arrow. He is based on the Arrow TV show. So even his card is just called Arrow. It was painted, so I zenithal primed him with an airbrush, black, then gray, then white. And then I just hit him with washes. I used Army Painter Green to get the green on him. And then hit him with some Nuln oil that was mixed with Liquitex Professional Flow Aid, and that made so it got into the recesses nice and well, and darkened down the green some. And I'm quite pleased with how he came out. He's probably one of my favorite Batman miniatures at this point. Some other stuff I finished, not as exciting, but Spartan John Diggle. He's not exciting just because he's mostly gray, but painting him up did lead me to discover the greatest paint that I have added to my collection lately, and that is Vallejo Panzer Aces Dark Rubber. If you are looking for a Games Workshop equivalent to Eschen Gray, that is it. That is the one you're looking for. And then my other good guy that I painted up for my Brave and the Bold crew is the TV show version of Flash. He was a bit of a pain because my airbrush stopped working, so I wasn't able to do an airbrush of the reds. I think he came out pretty good, all things considered. I'm kind of looking forward to painting up a different version of the Flash, maybe like the Ezra Miller one, because it seems like most of the versions of the Flash have him just perched on one foot, and that makes him difficult to attach to a base. So we'll look at a few others here. The other two of my other TV show models I painted a long time ago, so I'm not going to bother showing them. But I got my Reverse Flash painted up. He's part of my current crew. I'm very pleased with him because yellow is difficult to paint. He was painted very similar to the other ones, where zenithal highlighted through black, gray, and white, and I made sure to hit the white real hard in the chest there. And then I washed him with some Cassandora yellow, a couple layers of that. And then I used the Flow Aid with Seraphim Sepia to get a nice reddish brown into the recesses. And then highlighted him with some, I think it was ivory or pale sand, I can't remember which. And then a glaze with Lamenter's yellow, and it gave me this nice faded looking yellow that we got here. I'm quite pleased with him. He looks real nice on the tabletop, and he pretty well kicks butt in game, so you can't complain about that. And then the other things that I painted up for my crew, I painted up my 3 mooks for my Mr. Freeze crew, from the Mr. Freeze starter. So this is Coldy, Icy, and Snowy. They came out pretty nice. I'm very pleased with how they come out. These have been really fun to paint. If you're looking to try out new effects for your models, the Night models Batman stuff is really good for it. I've been doing a lot with glazes and washes, and then going in and highlighting up from that, and it's come out pretty well. So like for instance, on these guys' pants, these guys were also zenithal highlighted, and then I did Nuln oil on the pants, and then went in and highlighted with a little bit of dark rubber, and then dark rubber mixed with, I think, light gray. That's how I did the masks and the straps and the pants, and I quite like them because they're still black, they're very dark gray, but they don't just look like they're painted black. And unfortunately, my airbrushes all have malfunctioned on me. And that's all I've got to show for things that I've finished painting. But things that I'm currently working on, I'm currently working on Mr. Freeze. There hasn't been a whole lot done with him, unfortunately. He's gotten the zenithal treatment and then Nolan oil over everything except for his headpiece. That's all I've managed to get done with him so far. But he is slowly coming along. And then along with that, I've got a few more. I've got Deathstroke here, who is ready for painting. His base has been painted already with basalt gray, and he is ready for actual painting. Unlike, unfortunately, Captain Boomerang, who was the last miniature I tried to paint with my airbrush to get the zenithal thing going on, and as you can see, it didn't work. My airbrush died on me, and it died hard. It was not pretty. So I ordered a new Patriot 105 because the trigger doesn't work on my current one. Like it doesn't go, it doesn't push down. It's just currently in a down position. So when you turn the air on, it just sprays air. Which means if I put anything in it, it would spray that too. And the sad part is I was in the middle of airbrush and other stuff, and I was on gray, and that's why Captain Boomerang looks the way he does, because I was zenithal priming Starfire here, who she got the black and then the gray done, and I just need to do white on her. I also only need to do white on Kid Flash and on Tim Drake, and then I will have some models ready for my Teen Titans. I also have a Nightwing here, who I purchased hoping to run him in my Teen Titans, but turns out you can't run Nightwing in the Teen Titans. The only way you can put Dick Grayson in the Teen Titans is if you get the dynamic duo Robin. So that he looks like a little kid next to all the other members of the Teen Titans. And then I also didn't zenithal this one, which is what I'm currently working on. This is Cyborg. So he was just prime black, and then I went in and did some brush layers with various metallics. So the brightest metallic on him is white aluminum from Vallejo acrylic metal color. But there's also some steel, some silver, and some chrome in there. And I just blacked in the parts of him that are going to be like a tactical black material, and put some dark rubber on there. So there's still a lot more to do on Cyborg. And then my last Masco Batman minis, I have a Black Canary that I finished putting together and need to prime up to run with my Green Arrow crew. And Spencer was kind enough to give me Hawk Girl, who I got assembled and am still trying to figure out what I'm going to do about her slotted base, because the base she came with is not slotted. And as you can see, there's not a lot of foot there that I can base her with, so that's going to be interesting. In other projects, I got myself 3 more jet bikes, LR jet bikes, that I am currently working on turning into shining spears. So I'm not a big fan of mixing old jet bikes with new jet bikes, so since all my current jet bikes are the new ones, I only had like 3 of the old ones before, I figured I would take the opportunity to do some actual conversions. He usually fits on here just fine. I don't know what's going on here. Weird. And so what I've done is I had to cut off some parts of his torso to make it fit with the legs, and the head doesn't line up real great because, you know, it's designed to be sitting upright. But I think these will look a lot nicer than the old jet bikes once they're all put together. So I've done 1. I've got 2 more to go. But yeah, I'm optimistic about how those will turn out. I can't start painting them though until I have a working airbrush again. My Sotar probably works just fine, but it's not a very good workhorse airbrush. In other hobby news, I put together some witches. I won a box. I bought it for my birthday, I think. Yeah, I bought the box of witches with a birthday gift card for Hobbytown, and I figured I wanted to add to that. I've got my 3 Crix gun mages that I finally assembled, need to get based and primed. And I've got another box of Coblite Warriors put together. So there's lots of stuff on my painting table and on my workbench that needs to be worked on. I'd love to record some of it and share it with you guys, but it's just so much easier to stream it when streaming works. So that's why there hasn't been a lot in the way of streams lately. That and numerous other reasons. I should have another video coming out here for you soon in the near future. I picked up a 2-player starter set real cheap for Dark Age, The Path to Glory. Spencer and I will probably end up splitting it. Probably. I don't know yet. We will see. Yeah, that's gonna be what we're doing. Just so you can see here, I have a lot of stuff on my desk. It's things I want to paint. I've also got 5 more Sisters of Eternal Mercy to put together that are currently on my desk. That's not counting the rest of them that are not on my desk. So I've got 15 more of these girls to put together. Maybe it's 10. I can't remember. It might just be 10. But I have 1 more command group and 1 more set of regulars. And then I have 5 more Icaratus, 1 more War Pulpit. And I think that might be all of it. Yeah. But so there's lots of hobby coming up soon, hopefully. I'm working again more regularly, so that means I have less hobby time, but it also means I have more of a budget for hobby stuff. For this month, it's pretty much been taken up by replacing my airbrush because it broke. I've sent an email to Badger to see if they'll fix it for me, or if I'm just SOL, but I haven't heard back from them. So if any of you out there know anyone at the Badger Airbrushes who can let me know if my airbrush issue is something they'll take care of under their warranty, or if I'm just out of luck and have a busted airbrush that I'll have to see if someone else can fix for me, let me know, because I am open to suggestions here. It sucks not having a working airbrush. It's been so long. I've gotten so used to having at least 1 working airbrush that having no working airbrushes is really annoying, because my Iwata doesn't spray air at all. Like, you turn it on, you push the trigger down, nothing comes out. So I don't know what's going on with that one. And then my Badger has the opposite problem, where the trigger moves up and down freely, but you can't push it down because it's always in a down position and just sprays all the time. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in. I'm going to record a second video here all about unboxing the Path to Glory. You've probably seen unboxings of it before, but you haven't seen us unbox it. So hopefully you'll hang around and watch, and we'll catch you in a bit.